Let's go to KZN now, where eNCA's Nqobile Madlala is standing by with Ayanda Zulu, the KZN Secretary General of Nahahu. What's the situation like there on the ground with you, Nqobile?
Well, we are seeing the workers, as you can see them behind me. They are continuing, of course, with this strike. But because of time, and Ayanda needs to attend to quite a lot of hospitals around here that are facing quite a number of issues, he has to leave. So I'm going to just go straight to him. Ayanda, we know that there's quite a number of hospitals that are still affected. We heard from the MEC yesterday saying that they have it under control. Perhaps the first question is the strike under control? Are people getting help?
Now, we know that we are a transformative trade union movement. There's nowhere in any of the hospitals where we have chased patients away, where we have not allowed workers that want to work inside the hospital. There's nowhere where we've even chased ambulances. We have seen some media reports that suggest we have not done so because we are a transformative trade union movement, which also take the issue of patients very, very serious.
Eddington right now has a lot of their staff outside. Is it functional?
That report you can only get from the MEC and the HOD, but from what we received from themselves yesterday, they made an indication that the public health in the province is in the deep crisis. Therefore, as now we have said, as we have indicated, that we requested a meeting with them to discuss the minimum staff that we can have, so that as a part of the response on the ongoing strike. We are still waiting for them because in other provinces you find that they have discussed the issue of the minimum service level agreement on the basis that even though health is an essential service, but there is no agreement that relates to that.
Yesterday we saw an IPSS report from many people saying that they saw some of your nurses that were perhaps protesting, not allowing an ambulance to go in and even going as far as pulling out patients from ambulances. We know that you are going to be going to Stanger, but have you received this report and what's going to happen to these people that have done so if they did?
No, we're on our way after this going to General Kizanga Mpanza Hospital. But our shop stewards have told us that they are not aware of any incident, and the members of the union didn't do anything like that. We will get a full report when we get there, but our members and our shop stewards have denied the incident. We want to also clarify this because these are terms so that the community can turn against us, and all the legitimate demands that our workers are seen as something that is worthless. So we are going there, we'll get a report, but the shop steward have indicated that they are not aware and such incident didn't happen in their presence.
But there's a lot of cases we're hearing that the strike is illegal, quite a lot of reiterating to that the strike continues to be an illegal strike. Is it illegal?
If the strike was illegal, the police would have removed these workers everywhere, because immediately when the court declares a strike illegal, the court can also issue the execution of the order, even to the law enforcement. So if the strike is illegal, why are we striking just near the police station? So whoever who is saying that the strike is illegal is speaking absolute nonsense. This strike is not illegal. It's a protester strike because the union on Monday filed the the appeal on the order that was declared by the court.
All right, so what does this mean then for KZN in terms of these hospitals and many other public places that might be interrupted?
No, the message is very clear. Aluta continue, but we are willing as Nahahu, more especially for health, to sit down at the table with the MEC and discuss how are we going to manage the strike in hospital. We're also waiting for the outcomes of the meeting that will take place today at the PSCPC between the union and the employer to try and resolve the ongoing strike, because you can see the impact is great, not only in health but in all other departments. You go to Home Affairs and they're extremely long queues. No one is being chased away, but workers are using their own right that is there in the Constitution to make demonstrations.
All right, thank you very much for speaking to us. So Eddington, we are seeing some of the workers again outside. We haven't seen anyone coming in so far, but we are hearing from Ayanda that they're saying that they're not chasing anyone from entering, but these workers are using their rights, which is to strike for what they believe in.
Okay, the very latest there from Nqobile Madlala painting a picture for us in KZN as we continue to bring you the latest of the impact of this Nahawu strike, more specifically on our health institutions, our clinics and our hospitals across the country. And with that in mind, let's go to the Western Cape now, where eNCA's Aisha Ismail is monitoring the strike at the Khayelitsha Hospital in Cape Town. Now, Aisha, there have been different reports coming out of Cape Town about what has been happening at Khayelitsha. When the strike started, it was believed that it was quite peaceful outside Khayelitsha Hospital, a very, very important health institution servicing that community there. What has happened since then? Because I did see on social media and other reporting platforms that there were a few hotspots where things got a little bit heated. What's the situation like there now?
I'm finding it very difficult to hear you, but we're at the Khayelitsha District Hospital, where there's about over a dozen Nihawu members protesting outside the hospital. Now, I have spoken to the Western Cape Health Department, and they're saying since the strike started on Monday, they've not seen a lot of disruptions, although they have informed me that the Khayelitsha District Hospital, the Michael Mapungwana Day Hospital, as well as a hospital in Mitchell's Plain and Karl Bremer Hospital, those are the hospitals that were affected, but I guess not to the extent that we've seen in the other provinces. And as you can see, there are people from Nihawu busy demonstrating outside the Khayelitsha District Hospital. We also followed them earlier today to the Department of Home Affairs, which is just a stone's throw from here. But what was interesting is that at the Department of Home Affairs, the police actually appealed to the Nihawu workers to allow some of the people who wanted to enter Home Affairs to go and apply for their IDs and perhaps for other documents as well, to allow them to go inside. And the Nihawu representative here actually also then appealed to his members to allow those people to go in, adding that the strike is a disciplined strike, it is an orderly strike, and the people who were trying to access Home Affairs this morning were ordinary people and people who needed that service. Also here at the Khayelitsha District Hospital, I'm just going to ask my colleague to show you the police vans that are stationed here. We also saw earlier people being allowed to enter the hospital as well as to leave the hospital. We saw two ladies earlier who appeared to have given birth to their babies earlier this morning. They were walking out of the hospital and being escorted safely off the premises. So it seems as if it is business as usual for now. I've also established from the Department of Health that they've not had many problems in terms of supplying meals to patients. So again, it seems as if it's not as bad in the Western Cape as it is in the other provinces.